Hey everyone, welcome back to more of Lost Isle. And we're just going to continue more exploration. And I got the candle in the last part, so that's going to be actually a pretty big item because it lets us do a lot more exploring. At least I have some shortcuts I can use. Alright, I'm gonna continue exploring over to the left here. Okay, that raft dock, there's not much you can do about. It does lead towards that heart piece, but you cannot get that heart piece for a very long time. So just make a mental note of that. Alright, actually I'm gonna go this way first. Get rid of this stone block thing. Can be kind of hard to see that there's a cracked wall here because there's all these shadows. Now, if you did note, let me see if I can show it. Purple tree. I noticed. I think someone gives you a hint on this. Basically, or is it in the the README file? But basically, if there's a purple tree, there's going to be a special dungeon nearby. Within, I don't know how many spaces it's within. If it's like 2 or 3 spaces in any direction. So, you just have to look a little bit and usually you can find it nearby. So we go in here. A random cave to go through. That's kind of a fancy looking entrance there. Alright, going in here. This is going to take you to one of the Triforce dungeons. Now, these are optional. You don't have to do any of these, but you kind of might want to because the prize you get eventually at the end of all this is well worth all the effort. That and it makes your ocarina a lot more useful. Okay, this first Triforce dungeon is kind of a bit of a puzzle. So you will note the E on the floor, you want to keep a mental note of that. So this is just a bunch of mazes. Like this one's pretty simple because it actually tells you the maze path right here. And again, you want to actually keep a mental note of these letters on the floor. because it becomes really relevant later on. Okay, this one's a little trickier. It's kind of a somewhat subtle clue how this is spelled out. I think this is taken in relation to a center point. So you have these groups of two. So the torch is your center point, and then you have a block to the right of it, and then you have this block and a block below it, and then here's another center one, and then the torch. So I think this one is right down, right up. And again, keep a note of this letter on the floor. So you have E, N, another E. Yeah, I might as well just get rid of all these wall masters quickly. Okay, this one is... I think it depends on the number of blocks here, and then which door it seems to be closest to. So assuming this one's gonna be right, and then I think this one's pointing north. And this one's pointing left. And another N there. Okay, this room's a little bit tricky. There seems to be no hints for this particular maze. But hopefully you remembered all these letters on the floor. You know, there were 4 letters. And if you put that all together, that's the answer to this room. That's the solution to this maze. So it should be E-N-E-N. Probably just more difficult to get through this room, actually. Look at this, this is kind of a little hazardous. All these traps here. So you kind of want to go just far enough to trip the traps, but that you can still get by. So you just have to be very careful, you know, take a very delicate step to try to force the traps out. And there we go. And when you finish the short Triforce dungeon, you get a piece of the Triforce. Again, this is not required to beat the game, but it will be handy for later on. So what this will do, you notice there are only, I think, 6 Triforce pieces. But these purple trees, if you use your ocarina, they basically are warp points. So they become rather handy. Especially if you're not near one of those kind of little underground warp areas. You can just use your ocarina to warp instantly to another spot. And now we got that out of the way. And we just continue scouting. Actually, a fair amount of stuff we can get here. And I think this is a whole nother area I'm in now. Alright, you have a kind of a suspicious tree on this area. Actually put our candle to use. You can actually get rid of that tree. Yeah, it does use magic. Albeit not that much, but it does use magic. And you reach one of these caves. Okay, this is where that switch from way back when comes in handy. This is what you're gonna see. You step on a switch at one point, and you may not be able to get the results of that until later on, like in this case. Oh, I got most of my arrows back at least. Another magic container right here. You know, you saw that little shield icon outside. So that's usually what's that gonna mean, because should be able to find another magic container. I got my bombs back. And more bombs there I don't really need. Actually, I'm wondering if you can actually jump down from this. It almost looks like you could jump down from the cliff. Kind of take a shortcut back. Not that I'm going to do that, because there's actually more to explore up here. And get into a whole nother area. So, now we're in the, what is it? Zacharin Field. Oh my gosh. Weird names here. Look at this. It's like, can you even pronounce half of this stuff? Zagan Wasteland? Yeah, we're not going to be to that area for a long time, so probably don't need to pay too much mind to that. I guess we can just take a look around here. There's actually some stuff we can get. Easy cave to explore. Actually, this one, I think there's some good stuff in there, so you actually do want to take a look inside this cave. Although this place might take a little while to explore. It's another raft maze. It's probably just more annoying than difficult. It's just finding your way around this place. Number of side passages to explore. So we'll just start taking a look around the place. So I'm probably just going to try to work clockwise around this. Try to explore every passageway. Now, there's probably a little tip here. If you notice these grasp, then it's pretty much a dead end. There's nothing of importance in here. It's the ones that don't have the grasp are the ones that you want to pay a little more attention to. You do find 20 arrows in here, but that's not even worth the effort. Not that I can hold any more arrows in the first place. So, you know, just kind of continue working around the edges. Kind of want to work systematically around this place. Now, this type of room, you notice there's no grasp. And none of those hands. They're just rats in this place. Those are like rope 2s. Now these are the types of rooms you're going to want to be interested in. I didn't even notice that trap there. Oh, I almost missed that one as well. And just another 20 arrows. They're not really worth the effort. It's kind of odd, the other one had 20 arrows as well. Now, at least there's some grass in this place, so I can chop that down for potential refills. Alright, we'll continue on to the next room. This room, it looks like a big mess, and almost doesn't look like there'd be anything in here. Yeah, nothing in this room. I don't think you can bomb any of the walls. So just continue scouting. You actually don't want to miss this upper passage because it's easy to miss this one. Okay, this room has no grasp in it. Just rope 2s basically. Okay, this time I see the hole there. Actually, there are 2 holes. I didn't see the one on the right side, though. Luckily, there's this little hole here to shield me. So, what you want to do is kind of draw that trap out. And actually, this kind of helps because you can kind of get a sense of what's in this room. Okay, those are the fireball shooting ones. Just use my arrows. Oh, this is actually a really good item to get. A big quiver. Basically, it's a wallet upgrade. You want to think of it that way. It's kind of like a small wallet. So now I think we can carry 500 arrows. Very convenient because I'm pretty much maxed out right now. So it gives me a lot more room to work with on money. Or arrows for that matter, in this case. Alright, well, just keep scouting around this place. And see what else there is to find. Okay, this room is, nope, just a bunch of grasp. Now that I can hold a lot more arrows, I can, well, actually, first of all, collect more stuff. And actually, now that, there was that one little thing you can buy in the little town, in the main town. It was like 260 arrows. Now I can actually hold that much. Nothing in this room. Again, I'm just going counter or clockwise. Just going to clockwise fashion, just to make sure I can explore the passage. Okay, and this room has no grasp, so I don't know if this is just going to be more arrows or it's actually going to be something, a good prize. Kind of a cramped room here. Oh, a piece of art, alright. Not complaining about that. I'll pick up that thing. I think those are the big prizes to pick up in this place. This hand looks like it's stuck back there. And another 20 arrows. I guess this is just a way back. So I think I already got the big stuff out of here, the big quiver and a piece of heart. So I'm satisfied at my findings. And I can hold more than 255 now. This is not a bad spot to grind for arrows, because there's several of these screens that just have a bunch of crabs, which are basically your red levers. So you actually can get a decent amount of money from this. Probably should be surprised there's a sandy beach. I'm probably gonna find a lot of crabs here. I guess it's talking about that, whatever, the Zagan Wasteland place. We're not gonna be there for a good while. there's really nothing we can do here, but you notice the little shield symbol right here. So at least we can do some scouting in this area. Pick up another magic expansion. Always good to pick up as many of those as you can early on. Might as well just beat up as many crabs as I can. Now what I would do for a better sword, take out these crabs easier. Just pick up as many arrows as I can right now. And the grass is dropping off a bunch of arrows. Free up this warp point for later use. Okay, this was a little bit tricky because I can't really see the switch anywhere. And you kind of see the spikes. But another nice, convenient warp point. Yeah, pretty much it's like 10 enemies on these screens. Not a bad place to grind for arrows. You get a good amount of arrows from all these crabs and stuff. Go in and out of the cave just to reset all the enemies. So you don't have to waste a bomb to open up the passage or anything. You just go in and out of that cave and everything resets. You just grind up more arrows. So it actually does add up pretty quickly. Just scooping up as many arrows as possible, since I still have plenty of room to hold more. At least it'll give me plenty of ammo to use. Good number of drops. Alright, let's see what would be next on my list. Probably gonna do that in the next part, because this part's gonna run too long. You guys ready to respawn? I might as well scoop up more arrows. Keep respawning more crabs. Probably want to go back to this, the main town, because I think there's some more stuff I can do there. Alright, so I made some more progress in this part. Okay, so we'll take a break here. Next part, probably just continue more scouting. Really not much else to do at this point, because there's actually still a lot of items we can pick up. Alright, see you guys later.